Well, you said it to Eric. Cooper Webb is fully in the driver's seat now.
He's in the driver's seat, baby.
I
had a feeling everybody. I had a couple guys hit me up like, "Hey, what are you feeling? Who's winning or whatever for like Rocky Mountain fantasy stuff?" I was like, "Webb. Like Webb's winning. We're
100%.
East. We're East." Some of the shit I saw him doing in practice, he was able to move around, do some different stuff.
Yep.
Before they took the whoops down, he was going double in off that little hump, 4, and then 5 all the way to the end of the whoops.
Wait, I thought. Oh yeah, you're right.
When he did
so
that,
he would double in over the starter whoop, yes, and then he'd go 4, yes, and
4,
then 5
in
out.
the whoops, and I was like,
Ooh, yeah,
yeah, and then just he just looked like he had
I
it.
was sitting with you when we noticed that.
Yeah.
Because you were like, "Look, watch Webb," and I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh.
Yeah, we had Corey behind us. Corey was horny. Everybody was fired up.
Everybody was fired up about that.
Fired up. So,
not as fired up as you guys were about Murphy, but we'll get to that too.
dude, Patrick Murphy was looking sweet, and then he's on the board, and he's like 4th.
Spicy.
So, I don't know. Yeah, we were fired up. We were on the Murphy train in sea practice.
You guys were. So anyway, but back to Cooper Webb.
Yeah, he's in the driver's seat now, man. And for the race specifically, like he was in second behind Ken Roczen. We weren't even 2 laps in, and I was like, Webb's winning this one.
At the 9:30 mark, I turned to Ashley and I said, "Watch Webb. He's gonna pass him." And she's like, "What?" I was like, "Just watch. It's his time."
Yeah, that's what.
It's his time.
I said I've seen this movie before.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I was
just different colored bikes.
I was gonna be very surprised if we didn't see
that happen.
And
he kept showing him wheels and just doing what he does, and I was like, watch about 5 minutes ago. He's going to start laying the coals on him.
Yep.
And, man, just did what he did, and he just looked extra spicy, just like scrubbing, like just, you see him off the finish line? Just styling, dude.
Oh, yeah. Webb looked as good, and there was something about the black gear with the gold yesterday that was, I don't even want to say like evil, but it was just like this. There was this energy about it of like, I'm here to fuck.
I like black and gold anyway. I'm just.
I mean, it was cool looking
What
gear.
What color boots did he have on though?
I don't remember. It's a
I
great
think
question.
he ruined it. He needed black boots.
It's a great question. Hold on.
If he didn't have black boots, would have completed the fit.
Hold on, we got it here.
But the helmet I saw was matched up. That looked sick.
Yeah. Yeah. He. Like I said, there was something about it. He had on the neon yellow A-stars.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's ugly.
I don't know, man. There was some...
That made it a shit kit. Coop, black boots with that gear, and you're...
There was some about it that was just like, there was a power to it that made me feel of him, like, showing up to be like, I'm here to be the man.
And, man, the most impressive thing to me was just, like, his whoop speed.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of shitting on him for going through the whoops, and he was skimming. You know, I saw him jump him. He went 4-5, jumped him like big dogged. And then he skimmed the shit out of him. And I was like, and at first I was like the Christian Craig whoop school. But you know who was pretty damn good in the whoops?
Who?
Phil Nicoletti.
That's true,
and
too.
He might have went to the Phil whoop school.
I don't think
so
he
I'm
went to the Phil whoop
I'm gonna
school.
give Phil the credit.
All right, give Phil the credit.
But the other thing that I really noticed too, that kind of set him apart. He's really good about like skimming the whoops, and then if it breaks down and it's hard and edgy, he'll just drop the throttle and then just start jumping.
Yep.
Like just skim, and if that whoop looks like it's gonna kick you, I'll just drop the throttle and just triple out of here.
Yep.
Like so good at just manipulating the whoops. I don't know, man. And I told somebody else this too. Like he's just spooling up because whatever happened in the off season or whatever bought him some time.
Yeah.
And
what was said on the Pulp Review show last week of like Webb's got to be rubbing his hands together because he's in second and he hasn't even won a damn race, and now he's won a race and he's tied for points. He's going with a red plate to Dallas next week.
And Chase, he's got to clean up these small mistakes because Webb ain't gonna make those.
Nope. Webb is locked in this year. This is a Webb Cooper Webb season here. Yeah. So if he wants to beat him, he's going to have to be on point.
Yeah, and I'm going a long way into the future here, though. But a 3-time champ, that's kind of some rare air. Supercross champ. But I would love to see Coop prove me wrong outdoors because that's going to be a thorn in his career, not being a 450 outdoor guy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That takes him off the Mount Rushmore.
We'll have to
the
wait.
Mount
and
Rushmore
see.
of 8 people.
Yeah, 8 people on that.
No,
thing.
definitely a Hall of Famer for sure. He'll be in the Hall of Fame someday. But
yep,
I think any 450 outdoor success is going to kind of hurt him a little bit as far as his legacy goes. So,
yeah,
Coop, if you're listening to this, man, take this shit personally and use it to rub your hands together, because I would love to hear you talk shit to me on the podium of your outdoor 450 win.
Yep. So. Kenny, second place. Rode great. Made up 2 points.
It went a lot better than I thought it was gonna. I thought I didn't think he was gonna make it that long out front. Did you?
Ken's pretty locked in this year too.
It's impressive.
I was listening to some more of the Gypsy Pod the other day.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty locked in.
I was listening to a little bit.
He's pretty locked in, man. Now again, we got to get past round 8.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see once we get past Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
But right now he's still a guy.
Yeah, I think the Triple Crown's really gonna suit him. You think that factory Bruce Jenner is really?
If he wins next weekend, this gets really interesting.
Well, he's 16, right? Back.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd be damn near tied for the points lead. It'd be like a 3-way lead right now.
Oh yeah, like if he wouldn't have had his issues last week, and let's just say he bails out there, because we talked about this last week. He'd have had the points lead this week.
So, I mean, if the chain wouldn't have derailed, he would have got some points too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So I mean, you're talking. Yeah, he would still probably have red plate at this point here, if last week doesn't happen. So yeah, and like I said, it's just all about, can he keep the flare-ups at bay, which he talks about in that Gypsy Tales interview about how it's like he's got it more under control than he did when it first started, but it's still like super duper random sometimes.
Yeah, I'll have to keep listening to it.
Yeah, so it's...
speaking of Kenny, did you see the photo?
Which one?
Of him and the cameraman.
No.
He went and met up with the cameraman or something on press day,
really?
and they took a photo together.
That's awesome.
So I truly think he felt bad, because...
I think he did too.
Because you went, like, every single time that video was posted, he commented on it.
Yeah.
And... I don't know, maybe it was his wife commenting for him, but he was really doing some damage control and still took the time out of his day to take a photo with the guy and all that.
Look,
deal, but
if there's 1 million people that follow you, there's going to be
on a
people
microscope
that see that, that are going to be like, you're a dick, and they're not going to understand or have any thought of the situational things that are going on, of you just knocked yourself out of title contention in one foul swoop. To be like, oh, hey, man, you all right? Like, at that point, you just didn't care. So, yeah, to see him go back this week, take a photo, do all the comments on the video and stuff, I do think there's a bit of a like, oh, fuck, I'm an idiot.
I look like a dick.
Yeah. So which is nice. It's cool. It's cool to see a little humble pie out of guys like that, too. So that's good on him. So
yeah, I mean, this is Ken Roczen. He's always been in the game.
Yep. Sexton's third, obviously, hit the gate, goes down their first lap, and I saw that and I was like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
But and then when he was slicing and dicing, I was like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, Emily asked me if he was going faster because his visor was gone.
I almost made that comment to Eric about, he had that weight reduction going on, and Anderson was pissed because he was allowed to have that weight reduction.
Yeah,
so.
Maybe that's what it was. But I didn't even notice that he went down a second time.
Oh, yeah, I saw him picking the bike up.
Yeah, I didn't notice
see him go down, but I saw him picking the bike up, and I was like, oh, man, here we are, just imploding.
Because I was watching those guys out front, like, going through the sand, like, because that got dicey. And then I looked back, and he was, like, even further back, and I was like, oh, he must have crashed again.
Yep.
So.
But, I mean, that was a good ride to come back to third, dude. He was moving. For a track that I don't feel like there was a bunch of movement on it. I felt like it was pretty wide open. As Anstey said, the turns were pretty wide open. He was doing something,
he was
brother.
rolling, dude.
And I don't know what it was.
He said they worked on the whoops. He looked good through the whoops. But then I heard, I hear Kev saying they flattened him out a little bit. I guess I didn't notice that.
I didn't pay attention.
I didn't really pay attention to that either, but... I mean, they were cupped out by the end of the main, just like they were in Tampa. Probably not as sketchy as Tampa, but...
I really thought that track was going to be softer. I thought it was going to be more Indy-like.
I told you that it gets hard in Detroit.
That dirt, I guess, is hard, so...
But, dude, ripping.
Yep.
But those small mistakes like that, you can't do that against Cooper Webb.
No.
Can't do it. So...
If he wants a title shot here, he's going to have to clean that up.
100%.
And he has to rebound here this weekend. Like, he cannot get third or worse this weekend here at this Triple Crown. He's going to have to be on point and be first or second because Webb's going to be there.
Well, without the depth now, though,
yeah,
like there's no way he shouldn't be top 3 every time.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but again, like Tampa, Mookie caught him.
Mm-hmm.
He got stressed out instead of just taking a second.
Yep.
So we'll see if he can mature from that.
We'll see.
Those are the questions I need answered.
Yep. Speaking of Mookie, 4th place.
Kind of backed it up.
I mean, say okay, but there
this
wasn't
kind of this was kind of who he is.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of flash yesterday where I was like, oh, look at Mookie. It was just kind of like he was there, just one of the guys.
Well, every time Mookie comes to Detroit, he's always like, it's cold out here. So I think the weather had an effect on Mookie.
Probably.
We need to get back to Florida.
Well, we're going to Dallas next week, so.
Yeah, he's going to win Daytona.
He's going to win Daytona.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be ironic if he wins both Florida races?
That would be cool, though.
That would be super cool.
That'd be super cool. Daytona, all of them. Oh, one last thing about Mookie.
Yeah.
Some of the OG fans will like this, but just watching that heat race of him, just scrubbing the finish line, sticking his leg out and landing with his leg out.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I saw his brother for a second. I thought I was watching James because James used to do that flashy shit.
Yep.
Like, just go scrub it out, stick the leg out, land with the leg out.
Very
Stew-esque.
Stew-esque. Yes.
Loved it.
Justin Cooper, 5th.
Whoops for jumpers. He was skimming it. I think Bobby had a conversation with him.
Maybe.
He was skimming
I think
a little
Bobby
bit.
called him before the night show, too, to tell him that, well, we don't
We'll
really
get
expect
to
you to
that.
skim.
We'll
We don't
get to
expect you to
that.
skim whoops.
We'll get to that because Mac kind of looks like an idiot.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it because I watched some interviews now, so
Max
there's some
looks
more.
Dumb. Max looks dumb.
But yeah, that's okay. Is he really flying private to every one of these races?
Who?
Justin Cooper.
Probably because of his girl. I don't know.
I don't know. I saw.
I
something.
see it was kind of cringe, but his girl popped up on my TikTok.
Oh boy.
Was like, yeah, do you fly your man private to every race? Because I do.
Oh,
or
boy.
like some shit like that.
Oh boy.
I'm like, ugh.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's why Moto Memes and them picked that up
Maybe.
about him flying private and having to have, what was it, Rolls Royce to drive him to the fucking race and something like that.
I don't know.
There was a whole bunch of stuff that was just like, is this real life? Like, is this really what? Because like I saw him on the PJ for A1 or whatever, but I'm just like, is that every round? Like he's flying
I
private
don't know if
every
it's
round?
every round, but
When your wife is so rich.
it's not the wife.
Okay, when your wife's family is so rich that they just fly you guys private because.
More power to him. Whatever.
I mean, I don't care. I'm
That's
not hating
awesome.
on it. I think it's great.
But the bragging TikTok is a little cringe.
I want to be friends with him and like fly with him.
I want a 191 jersey from his rookie debut. That's what I fucking want.
So
there's a guy out there with one, and he's like, never for sale.
Lame.
Lame.
But yeah, I think this is where he slots in. You know, the top of where he slots in. I don't think he gets better.
I think this is where Hunter Lawrence would have been too. He had a gift at the end.
Yeah.
Benefited my Rocky Mountain picks because I had him in 5th.
Okay.
I had Stewart in 4th. I had a good week.
Ooh, look at you. Look at you.
Had the winner too.
Ooh, look at you.
Oof.
Oof. Oof. Oof. Solid.
Vegas 69ers making his way through the ranks.
There you go. Ando 6th.
I don't know, man. That was...
This is your guy.
I mean, he would have been a distant 4th place guy.
Yeah.
But the heat race...
Yeah,
he had nothing for him.
No.
Heat race, super sick. We were talking about who can double through the sand.
Yeah.
First or second lap, Anderson through the sand, goes over that first hump, leg out, doubled in the sand, landed. Like leg out as he was turning, doubled.
Interesting.
It was sick. Then I had the phone out trying to get him to do it again. He didn't do it again because the line got blown out. But, man, yeah, heat race, like, hey, there's Jason Anderson. There he is.
Yep.
And then main event comes around. I was like, Jason Anderson, gonna get a podium again. Here we are. And then, I don't know what happened on the. I think he probably cased that big one and went over the bars or something. 2 laps to go, he's laying in that corner. I was like, damn.
Yep.
So, bummed for him, but this is what he was. I mean, he's only 21 points down. He really wasn't far down.
No.
He would have been 18 down too.
Yeah.
But I don't think he He just doesn't look like he can go with those guys.
No, and like I said, he's openly admitted he's like, I don't have the speed with those guys.
Yeah, is he trying to find it? Does it seem, or is he just kind of content with where he is at?
I think he just wants to get paid to ride the next 3 years.
Yeah,
I think that's what he wants.
He would be a guy that needs to do a. He needs a Dino style program.
Yeah,
with Dino
together.
together.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, Barsha 7th. Talk about a shit kit. Was
Kinda
not
like
impressed.
The reverse 2 in the pink.
Yep. Just not impressed.
Yeah, what's up with this, like,
I don't know.
gear
I'm
trend right
not
now?
impressed with it at all. Him riding yesterday was, again, okay. I watched him a little bit here and there, but, like, nothing
Nothing special
stood
from
out.
Barsha,
No.
really. The Baker program isn't doing wonders for him.
A lot of brrr.
I've seen some tuck in the front in the sand.
Okay.
Did see him go down there. But, yeah.
Yep. Dylan Ferrandis showed up a little bit yesterday, battling with Jay Coop in that heat race.
He did show up a little bit out front in the heat.
Yep.
I thought that was a solid day for Dylan Ferrandis.
I mean,
he looked a little flashy, a little fighty.
I was having a conversation with somebody this weekend through text, and we were just talking about him, and it was just like, dude, poor guy's just
got outdoors like we say every week.
Poor guy's just got nothing anymore. Like, he just isn't. He got that one, and I don't even want to say gifted. He lucked into that one outdoor title, and
I'll battle you all day on that.
I mean,
he kicked the shit out of everybody.
Okay, but what the hell else has he done?
He's got a 250 outdoor title.
I understand the 250 stuff. The whole list of fucking 450 class has those.
Yeah.
So you get to 450s, and it's like, what have you done? You got that one lucky.
He's got a 450 outdoor title.
You got that one lucky 450 outdoor title.
Who else on the gate's got a 450 outdoor title right now? And you haven't done
anything else.
Kenny's got 2. Coop doesn't have one. Sexton's got 1.
I mean, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, but you're, and again,
Supercross gets him hurt every year.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what it is.
I guess
he can't even get into an outdoor season, or he starts getting some speed. He has 450 podium.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just he's so
like
invisible to me most of the time / hurt that it's just like, what the hell?
Anytime he starts getting some steam rolling, like he was last night, something happened.
Yeah, that's
so.
True.
Let's just Dylan. Let's just keep just keep it rolling.
AP 9th. He showed up last night too a little bit here and there.
I think he peaked last year.
Probably.
I love the guy, but
that was probably what we're gonna see. Yep.
He did the Alessi fade.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Especially in the heat race.
Good start.
Heat race ate him up too.
Yeah.
So probably because he's wearing ugly Thor gear.
Is he an Epstein victim?
You think he's Epstein?
I don't know. I'm trying to find an explanation for what's going on. The first four rounds I think were bad luck, but then you look at last week and this week, and it's just kind of like.
You think it's that? You think it's that KTM burnout we talked about when he first signed there?
Maybe, I don't know. It's not. It's I don't know. It's weird that you are where you are last year, and then this year you just got nothing.
Well, I think some of it too is Jade Dungy's not his guy anymore.
Yeah, that's true too.
Jade kept him loose.
Yeah.
AP's a guy you got to keep loose.
Like
Jade's a guy that's going to joke around, keep him laughing, keep the mood.
Yep.
You hear the stories back in the day of Bobby Reagan pulling him into the semi, and they did fucking karaoke in the lounge, and he went out and won.
Yep.
So, I think that probably has to do a little bit of it. Obviously, things probably aren't, high and mighty at KTM right now.
Yeah, that's
from
true.
From that side of things, maybe, I think a lot of that's maybe playing into it because he came in healthy. He's not hurt.
Yeah.
He just doesn't look like he's got the speed.
Nope.
Maybe the level rose and he couldn't go.
Maybe.
So
maybe. Officer Hill cuffing and stuffing to 10th place.
Officer Hill. I don't know, man. Officer Hill with the golf thing and opening ceremonies definitely wasn't on my bingo card.
I really wondered with all the injuries. I was like, who the hell are we going to see in opening ceremonies? And then you just see Hill with this golf bag for the golf simulator they have in the pits, and I'm just like,
but
tell me you filmed this last week without telling me you filmed this last week.
Well, I was just looking, like, if anybody out there's doing video for Justin Hill, and he's going to stay in opening ceremony. He's been a solid top 10 guy.
Yeah.
Which is nothing to shake a stick at. I know we're fucking shitting on him. But he was pretty high and mighty on himself wanting podiums. But dude, he has some random nights where he shows up and you're like, oh, there's Justin Hill.
There we are.
Yeah. So, but yeah, golfing wasn't on my bingo card. They need to have him rolling around in a cop car arresting people.
Yes, there you go. Can we talk about him stalling the bike too, and then the bike not starting?
In opening ceremonies? Yeah, I felt bad for him.
I did too.
He probably hasn't ever been in opening ceremonies ever.
Yeah.
And he stalls the bike.
Yep.
And then it won't start.
Then it won't start. And I'm just like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah, Officer Hill didn't do a lot of cuffing and stuffing last night. He was just kind of there.
Yep. Colt Nichols, 11th. He looks uncomfortable.
Still not.
Looks uncomfortable.
The Suzuki ain't it.
The few times I was watching him, it just didn't look. He looks like he doesn't like that bike.
Yeah.
So, Shane McElrath, 12th. Got out front in practice every time, man, and was burning laps, but
learning the pace.
Yep.
So
yeah, okay.
I think he's been very solid though.
Yeah. Savachi, 13th. Big get off in practice on that quad they took out.
Ejectocito, cuz.
Thanks a lot for fucking that up, Joey.
Everybody else was probably thanking him because they didn't want to hit that thing.
Dude, I'll tell you what, seeing Volan hit that first was epic.
I would not have wanted to hit that thing.
I wouldn't have wanted it either. It was fast. It was really fast, and you had to come in, wheel tap in, and then poof.
Oh, it was technical for sure.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so glad he's all right because I think like Villapoto when he snapped his leg.
Yeah.
It looked just like that.
Yeah, that was bad. And then I didn't even see that. I saw Benny crashing in the whoops at the other end because that's where I was.
Well, Benny crashed in the whoops, and then simultaneously we got Ejectocito.
Yeah, and then I'm like, why are they red flagging it? Benny got right up. I don't understand.
And then you look to the left, and Joey's just dead.
Yeah, then all of a sudden somebody's like, yeah, no, Savachi crashed down there. I'm like, oh, never mind. Figured it out.
I think he probably just took a lot of time to catch his breath because he laid there for a second like he was out. He wasn't out.
Yeah.
But I saw him like kind of talking to the medic like, dude, I just had to catch my breath. Like,
yeah.
And then in the main, I think I saw him off the track at some point over that step up triple kind of thing out of the corner.
Oh, okay.
Like
I don't remember. Did you see Mookie go off in the whoops at some point yesterday?
In practice.
Yeah, okay. Because I saw him all of a sudden rolling between those two berms with the nets, and I was just like, oh, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, that's what happened there.
Okay, cool.
He stewed it.
Mitchell Oldenburg, 14th. Okay. Jerry Robin, 15th.
Robin held it together for 15th.
Yeah.
He didn't lay an egg.
Didn't lay an egg. He didn't get a whole shot either.
Yeah.
Mitchell Harrison, 16th. Chiz, 17th. Kev, 18th. Grant Harlan, 19th. A-Rod, 20th.
Mm-hmm.
Starling, 21st. And surprise, surprise, Benny, 22nd.
He had a rough day. What do you do in the main? Do you eat shit in the main too?
I don't know. It's always a rough day if you're Benny.
You never know what you're going to get.
You just never know.
Benny is just a box of chocolates.
The Benny experience.
He's just a box of chocolates.
Yep. So anything else 450-wise there?
Trying to think, man. Just Webb just looks spicy.
Yeah.
I guess I should have had my eyes a little more on Sexton coming through the pack, because I don't know. I'm a shitty fan.
I'm a shitty fan
because I'm like, I could watch this Roczen and Webb battle on the TV when I get home, but I'm not gonna be able to watch Sexton come through the pack.
Yep, I know. I didn't do well at that either. This is one of the things that's been. We'll talk about this in halftime here.
You gotta go to the race. No.
This has been your 450 race recap, brought to you by our friends at Gutterworks. Always well hung like Justin Barsha. Just want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys like this kind of content and you want to see the full show, it's linked right here. If you guys want to make sure that you never miss an update, you never miss a show, a live stream, a bike build, or anything that we're doing, make sure to hit that subscribe button there and make sure to turn on notifications with the bell. If you want to join our members area to help support the show, that's greatly appreciated too. And you can check us recording things live that other people in the general public don't get to see. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see y'all on the next one.